The news came like a thunderclap on a clear day. Stellantis, a name synonymous with American muscle and family cars, was pulling out, completely, all U.S. production to cease. The announcement, delivered by a visibly strained CEO Carlos Tavares, sent shockwaves not just through Wall Street but down Main Street across every corner of the nation. People stopped. They listened. They could not believe their ears. The silence that followed was deafening, a prelude to the storm of questions and anxieties that would inevitably erupt. Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, Fiat. These were not just brands, they were woven into the very fabric of American life. Icons of freedom, symbols of ingenuity, workhorses for families and businesses. Now the assembly lines that churned out these legends would grind to a halt. The factories, once pulsating with human energy and the roar of machinery, would fall silent, eerily silent. It was a scenario many had dismissed as alarmist rhetoric, a worst-case fantasy. But on this day, May 27, 2025, the unthinkable became the undeniable reality. The American automotive landscape was forever scarred, its future suddenly, terrifyingly uncertain. The whispers had started months, even years before. Warnings from economists, anxious murmurs from industry insiders, concerns about trade policies, about tariffs. The seeds of this disaster were sown with the best of intentions, or so the rhetoric claimed. America First was the rallying cry. President Trump's administration, in a bid to shield American industries, had rolled out a series of aggressive tariffs. A hefty 25% tariff on imported vehicles and, crucially, on vital automotive components. These weren't just numbers on a government ledger, they were a ticking time bomb placed at the heart of a deeply interconnected global supply chain. The new tariffs were set to become effective on April 3, 2025, a date that would soon be infamous in the annals of American industry. For Stellantis, the math was brutal. The company stared down the barrel of a potential $7.1 billion loss in 2025 alone. The immediate fallout was devastatingly human. Thousands upon thousands of American workers received the news with a sickening thud. Men and women who had dedicated their lives to building cars, who took pride in the roar of an engine they helped assemble, were suddenly facing unemployment. The assembly lines, once symbols of American productivity, would become monuments to broken promises. Pink slips fluttered like bitter confetti, heralding an era of profound uncertainty for countless families. The question on everyone's lips was simple, yet terrifying. What now? How do we pay the bills? How do we feed our children? Section 4 Contagion. When one giant stumbles, others teeter. Stellantis was not just any company, it was a behemoth, a cornerstone of the American industrial landscape. Its sudden withdrawal from U.S. production sent immediate and violent tremors through the entire economy. The first to feel the aftershocks were the countless suppliers, small and large, that depended on Stellantis for their survival. Orders vanished overnight, contracts became worthless pieces of paper. These businesses, many of them family-owned and employing thousands more Americans, now face their own existential crises. Their workers, in turn, joined the growing ranks of the economically insecure. The remaining automotive giants, Ford and General Motors, watched with a mixture of horror and trepidation. Could they withstand the same pressures that had brought Stellantis to its knees? The 25% tariffs on components affected everyone. The cost of building cars in America had just skyrocketed, not just for one company but for the entire sector. Section 5 America at a crossroads, rebuilding from the wreckage. The silence from Stellantis' soon-to-be shuttered plants echoes a profound question across the nation. What is the future of American manufacturing? Can the nation recover from this self-inflicted wound? The empty factories stand as grim sentinels, testaments to policies that promised prosperity but delivered pain. Rebuilding trust, both domestically and internationally, will be a monumental task. The skilled workers who once built world-class automobiles are now scattered, their expertise at risk of being lost. The path forward is shrouded in an unnerving fog of uncertainty, demanding introspection and a radical rethinking of economic strategy. The global economic map is being redrawn. Production, ever fluid, will inevitably shift to regions offering greater stability, more predictable trade relationships, and lower operating costs.